Listen up. Be you. You got this. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Keto Rockstars, stay strong. Be you. Bacon, beef, butter. Keto Rockstars. Keto Rockstars. Keto Rockstars. Keto on, stay strong. Be you. Keto Rockstars.
Welcome, Keto Rockstars. Happy Sunday Night Live. And tonight's guest, we welcome back Coach Angela Mullins. And boy, do we have a treat for you tonight because she has some exciting news to share. But before we get into that, I'm going to say hi to a few people. We got Carrie pulling the boat up to the live stream. Hello, hello. Rick Charger Mopar Quack Quack is in the house. Welcome, Rick. Sandy Blythe's here. Lynn at 22Q Cat says, hi, Amy, Angela, and everyone. Twinbrook Acres is here. He was our guest last week. Welcome, Rick. Spanky is in the house from Canada. Welcome, Spanky. Glad you could make it. And Angela herself is saying hi to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Brian Dish is in the house. Welcome, Brian. Schmoovy, my neighbor, what do you think of the storm headed in? Yep. That's what he's saying. Big storm. Yep. Schmoovy's my neighbor. And it is. So if something happens during the stream, folks, you know what happened. We lost electricity. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Welcome. Kathy B here is here. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Carnivore Jerry's in the house. My sister from another mister. Welcome, Jerry. See, Evelyn's in the house. Welcome, Evelyn. She's been with me from the very beginning. And Josephine's here. Welcome, welcome. And Carrie's got his usual joke. If coffee were to go to jail, it would have a mug shot. Waka waka. That's very funny. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot. Okay. So a couple of announcements. I think that's everybody. Couple of announcements. First of all, I need to say thank you to everybody who sent me a birthday card. This one's from Jerry. It says chic, unique, and magnifique. Magnifique. I can barely say that. Very cute. Thank you. This one is a very special card. Cindy DeManch sent me this card. It's got a cow on it. But this is made by Evelyn. I don't know if you can see that. Evelyn, who's in the chat right now. So this is probably going to get framed and hung up because it's custom made by Evelyn. And then she gave me a what the hail sticker. So thank you for that. I love it. And then my friends Andy and Susan, who came to stay with me for the meetup last week, got me a 50th birthday card. So thank you all who took the time to mail cards to me. I really appreciate that. Okay, so Angela here has a channel, but she can't stream yet, right? Because she doesn't have 50 subs. So what I would like you all to do is I would like you all to go to her channel, which is pinned to the top. Go to Coach Angel's channel, which is pinned to the top, and please sub to her channel so we can push her over that 50 subscribers so she can start live streaming because she's already purchased StreamYard, but she can't use it yet because let's all do that. One last announcement. Thursday, I have jury duty. So I'm not going to be able to live stream at 11:30 because at 10:30 I have to be at the courthouse. So instead, I'll be live streaming Friday night at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, which is 4:15 p.m. Central. And boy, do I have some updates for you guys. I am not a happy camper right now with my doctor, but we will talk about that on Friday and not today. So Angela, you were on right before Christmas, I think, weren't you? Like November, December timeframe, I believe. So tell us what's been going on with you since then. You have a few diplomas hanging behind you and a third one. So talk about that.
Yeah, I got Dr. Kiltz's, the very first of the year, because I was in the first group in 2025 that we started, I think it was in October. And then Amy and I just finished up the PhD. Our graduation is next Saturday Yeah. And then in our coaches group with PhD, Nisha announced this tool that was available to us through Primal Health. And I found out if you purchase the tool, you get a class. So I got my third certificate from Primal Health. It says symptomatology, excuse me, matology specialist. It's hard.
Wow. That's a big word. Tell us what that means. Like, what does that mean exactly?
Symptoms, they answer a questionnaire, and you can give them scientific based evidence of things that they can do to help them with that problem, with that symptom that they're having. Because we cannot give medical advice, but we can give them information on things that have helped other people. So we can give them education on those things, and if they decide to try it on themselves and it works, wonderful.
And you also have access to a symptomology tool as well, right? They gave you access to this tool that they developed, which I think is really exciting.
Yeah, they developed the questionnaire. Their tool links to the information, and you click on the things that you think are the best choices for your customer to get started with, and send it to them and say, hey, here's some options that are scientific based that you might decide that you want to try.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. You're the first coach that I know out of, well, the two groups I've been in that has done this. They did announce it like a week ago in the we are PhDC coaches, proper human diet certification. I think they did that because PhD stands for doctor. And
Right. Well, it's proper human diet coach. So they just,
yeah.
of course, we don't want it confused with, the other PhD. Of course, my daughters threatened me within the inch of my life if I went back and got my PhD.
Well,
because they said I was too stressed out when I got my master's. They did not. They said you're not going back to get your PhD.
yeah. Well, so people have been spreading rumors about me on the internet, and I hesitate to even say this on this live stream, but they thought because I was in a PhD class that I was getting my doctorate, and I'm like, no, I'm a health coach. So now I understand why they're clarifying that. So you got these 3 certificates, and have you started coaching yet? What's going on that front?
Not yet. I got 2 more things I need to do before I start coaching. I've got to finalize what insurance I'm going to go with, and I have had my contract looked over by a lawyer, but I want it looked over by a lawyer from my state to just be sure that everything's like it's supposed to be. Then I'll be ready. I'm hoping to get most of that done, at least the insurance done this week, and have an appointment set up with the lawyer. Does it sound echoey in here on your side?
No,
Amy?
you sound great. So you're okay. You're fine. I can hear you. So if I can hear you and have hearing problems, I bet everybody else can hear you too. Let's say hi to Cindy Simpson, Thomas, Target Prime Rib, and Granny Boo's in the house. Welcome, guys. So for the audience, what you need to know about health coaching, it's not just as simple as start to coach. There are business things. You have to form an LLC. You have to get insurance. You have to have contracts, legal and binding contracts developed, and all this stuff costs money. So when you entertain hiring a health coach, it most likely will not be free. They won't be free. There's underlying costs of running a business, and there will be charges for that. So keep that in mind when you consult a health coach and they tell you the price of the coaching session. This is why there's lawyers and insurance and it's not cheap. So, and if you're looking for a health coach,
Yeah,
don't know if
either
I'm
one of
playing
us.
coach. Yeah, there's a ton. There's Jerry's a coach, Angela's a coach, I'm a coach, Juliet's a coach, and I anticipate we'll all have different specialties, right?
Yes, yeah, more than likely. And then our personalities are different. So if our personality ends up clashing with someone, we can say, "Hey, I know so and so, and maybe you'll get along better with them."
Right. So I anticipate we'll refer people to other coaches as well. And hi, Bride's Biscuit. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so we have another exciting thing going on for Angela. You want to tell us what that is? What's today? What is today?
Today
What are you celebrating?
is my 2-year anniversary of being carnivore. So, as of today.
Yay! Falling bacon confetti for Angela.
That's cute.
So 2 years. So tell us, just do a quick recap. What has happened in the 2 years of being carnivore? What are some of the things you've realized, experienced? I know we went over this on the last, but for those who might be new, go ahead and just give a brief synopsis.
Yeah, well, I think most of my healing happened before I actually went carnivore, though. I think most of it was from cutting out all the seed oils, cutting out anything, especially once I found out I had celiac and I cut out the gluten. And but I think the biggest thing was just cutting out the seed oils to start with and cutting out the gluten. Did a whole lot because I reversed kidney disease, liver disease. I reversed both of those before I went carnivore. What my hopes is with the carnivore is to at least lessen the effects of the autoimmune diseases I have. I have 5 of them.
And
So
what are those? Do you mind sharing? Because someone might.
Once you get one, they cascade. The one that is better is my autoimmune neutropenia. If anyone knows what a neutrophil is, it's a white blood cell. It was always low. And I was scheduled for a bone biopsy. And if you know anything about a bone biopsy, it is very painful.
My husband had one.
Thankfully for me, before I had the appointment, my neutrophil numbers came up enough, they decided not to do it. And the last 2 times they've been checked, because they get checked every 6 months, they were actually on the high side. So I'm like, maybe I won't have to worry about that one anymore. But I also have, as I mentioned, celiac, lupus. I'm not going to remember those. Celiac, lupus. I'm not thinking the other 2 right now. Usually it's one I forget. It's usually
is the one that you have? There's another one. And what's the one that starts with an E?
EDS.
EDS. That's one of them, right? That's the one that stuck in my mind the most was EDS because I never had heard of that before.
Well, if you know Amy Hops, HOST, she has EDS, but she has the type that affects your muscles and tendons that you have the hypomobility. That's not the type I have. Mine affects my vascular system. And with me, I have 3 aneurysms. I have one right above my heart. That's the biggest concern. And I made my doctor scan my head last year to try to make sure I didn't have any up there, and they found 2. Because that's how my grandfather died. My grandfather died at 49 years old of a brain aneurysm. So it's found to be I still think, even though a lot of people say autoimmune diseases aren't hereditary, there's so much in my family. It's hard for me to believe that it's not. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry if you guys hear that thunder. It's really storming out. Let's say hi to a few more people. The Source, thank you. And I want to contact you, The Source. I would love to come on your channel. I saw that you had Coach Julia Eden on there. And thank you for shouting out my Avengers. That was just a little side project that kind of happened here. JAD608, that's my dad. He's next door. Stay safe in the storm, Dad. Love you bunches. Holly Springer's in the house. Donna Ray Bacon Runner's in the house. Josephine and Pretzel Pete is in the house. I'm going to have to make a little button to press for Pretzel Pete when he shows up now. Let's see. I think that's everybody. So when you're a coach, I envision that you will probably specialize in, helping people. Now, obviously, we're not doctors or medical professionals, and we cannot profess to cure a disease. But what we can do is we can use our own experiences to help others and to share information that we've researched, to share food, like how we've healed ourselves with food. So you're going to be very powerful for people with Hashimoto's, EDS. What were the the other three?
Celiac.
Yes, well, celiac. And how severe is your celiac? Because I have gluten sensitivity. So explain your celiac disease and what that means for you.
Well, I've had what would be categorized as IBS my whole life, and never knew what could cause it, and then you try to find out, like, what could have caused the problems. And my grandson also has celiac. And he will still, even if we go to Olive Garden or something, he'll still sneak breadsticks. Of course, he'll pay for it as soon as he gets home. He's in the bathroom for a while. So that's usually the way it shows itself: upset stomach, going to the bathroom, that sort of thing. At least it does for both of us. And so, so a few years ago, I can't remember, maybe 2015, 2016, maybe 17 at the latest, is when I had the test run, and they actually said that it was inconclusive because I refused to eat gluten for a week for them to see if it actually did any real damage to my intestines. So if they don't see damage, they don't say, yeah, that's what it is. But they're like, it's inconclusive because we don't see any damage. I said, I don't want any damage, so I'm not eating it.
Okay, Coach, I have a question for you. So I recently had allergy testing done, and usually my allergy tests light up like a Christmas tree. Like if they put 100 scratches on me, 99 of them swell up. This time, after being carnivore for like 8 or 9 months, guess what? That didn't happen. There was like 2. None of the foods. Okay. Cats and dogs. And I know I've been allergic to cats for like my entire life, and I have 4 cats. Imagine that. And in dogs, I knew I were allergic to dogs, but they never bothered me. But I used to light up for all of the tree pollens, mold, cockroaches, none of that stuff.
Not even dust mites now.
Dust mites. That was the other one, because I've always been highly allergic to dust mites. That's the other one. Cats, dogs, and dust mites were the only 3 things. But here's the deal. I know I'm sensitive to gluten. I cannot touch gluten. The minute I have gluten, the only gluten I eat, and this is going to sound weird, but I go to church on Sundays and we get the little gluten, and I do not ask for gluten-free, but that is the only gluten I get, a tiny bit amount once a week. And maybe the little bit of joint pain that I still have might be from that one little tiny thing. But the minute I touch gluten, even if it's on accident, I cannot walk for like 2 weeks, right? I cannot walk. So the fact that my allergy test came back negative for gluten, just I'm not buying it. Like this, I'm not buying this test, and I don't think I could go back to eating. First of all, I wouldn't go back to eating gluten. But second of all, I mean, I just am not buying it. Oh, Lance is in the house. Hey, Lance.
I actually got my pastor, which was kind of difficult to get him to do it, to get me gluten-free wafers for communion. It was kind of difficult to get him to do it because he really didn't want to do it. And I really wanted him to get gluten-free. He got the reduced gluten ones. He refused gluten-free ones because they were rice. But anyway.
Yes. And sources, PhD in your own research process around health that works for the individual. Exactly, Source. And Sharon Steadfast is in the house. Welcome, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. I think I said hi to Donna Ray, Bacon Runner. Welcome. Yes, thank you. I've been battling 600 subscribers. So some weird things have been going on with YouTube. I had negative subscribers, so I think they did a sweep and cleaned out subscribers. And then a couple of weeks ago, I took a 1 week vacation to go to California, and my whole YouTube channel just like, I don't know, it was terrible. I had like 1/3 of the watch hours the next week. And so it's awful. I know I keep saying how much I dislike YouTube. I love the community, but dislike YouTube. But yes, thank you for everybody who has subbed and continues to support this channel. And the source is from Hawaii, I believe. And he's my friend from Tuber Chat. Let's see if anybody else. Yes, people telling Angela happy carniversary to you. Happy carniversary to you. Kind of like happy birthday, but everybody's congratulating you. What do you, yeah. So you saw my Wiener Woman short. Yes, thank you. And I did not pick that name. Everyone who wants to become a carnivore or keto or healthy Avenger, all you have to do is email me at KetoRockstars21@gmail.com. Give me your name. It should be meat or food related, like health food. And then I need your headshot, and you will go on the wheel to win the next Avenger. I haven't promoted that in a while, and I do that totally for free. I give one away a month. So just in case, yeah, same process of elimination helped as much as the inclusion of proper human foods. I agree. And carnivore and lion diet are the best elimination diets, right, Angela? In your opinion?
Exactly. I did lion diet in January. Lost 9 pounds. So, and I really think that's what would really help my autoimmune. The only thing I have stopping me right now is I do buy raw dairy. And the only way to buy raw dairy in Virginia is to own part of a herd. That's the only legal way to buy it. So it's hard to say, I'm going to get it this week. I'm not going to get it next week. I'm not going to get it next month. I'll start again in a few months, because you own part of the herd. And if you don't get your milk, you still have to pay your boarding fees for your cow.
Right.
So
right.
I really don't want to stop. And I do take most of the milk that I buy and turn it into yogurt. You saw me making yogurt yesterday, Amy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I did. We were talking and she was making it.
And so and so I take most of my milk, turn it into yogurt, and I do buy the raw cream, and I use that in my coffee, and my puppy likes that too. So I give him a little bit, maybe that thick in his bowl in the mornings, because he really enjoys it. So, of course, next time I take him to the vet, they're probably gonna say he's a little chunky.
So Evelyn says, is it said Ehlers-Danlos
Yes.
syndrome? And
Yes.
then thank you, Lance, for becoming a member. That's what that little dinging was. Thank you, Lance. We appreciate you for helping to support this channel. And yes, Pretzel Pete is here. Hello, hello,
Hey,
hello. So the raw dairy, you are able to get that. I know it's illegal. I don't like to talk about that on my channel, but I know it's not available in several states. So
Well, that's the only way it's available in my state is if you own part of the cow.
jeez,
So
that's
I pay
crazy.
boarding fees for my cow.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's
I can
insane.
get the raw dairy, which
So-
I then have to pay for also. A gallon of milk is $12 on top of all the other fees.
A gallon of milk at the grocery store is $12
No, from the farm.
from the farm.
Oh,
Okay,
my
but that is whole unpasteurized milk,
Yes.
which, yeah, we all in this community believe is better for you than the pasteurized milk.
Yes.
Even though
Exactly. That's the reason. That's the reason I go to the expense of being able to get it. But like I said, if I decided I was going to go, what I did in January was I turned a lot of it into yogurt so it would keep. And I made a lot of Kiltz's ice cream, and my freezer is full of Kiltz's ice cream.
I have yet to do that. So
Oh, I made Kiltz's ice cream, and I put Equip peanut butter flavored protein in it to give it some
so
flavor.
similarly, and I don't really know what's in Equip. There's probably some sort of sweetener in it, but I am a Keto Chow affiliate, right? And I became a Keto Chow affiliate before I became carnivore. So from time to time, I do, like on New Year's Eve when my grandbabies were here, I made some Keto Chow ice cream, which is it's very similar to Equip. It's got flavor and sweetener in it. So for once in a while, and you just add your fat. So it's either butter, you could use coconut oil, you could use, if you have dairy, you can use, not half and half, but what's the whole, what is it? Whipping cream, whole whipping cream.
Cream, yeah.
Yeah, whatever fat you choose, and then you just mix it together and then freeze it. And then, but I want to make Dr. Kiltz's ice cream and just use a little bit of vanilla, just a tad of vanilla, right?
I've done it also. Just made it without any sweetener. Going by his recipe with vanilla because I like vanilla. So
yeah. So, but every once in a while, call the carnivore police, like maybe a couple times a year, not even more than that. I've really only had the Keto Chow ice cream once since I went carnivore. And I think that was on New Year's Eve with my grandbabies, and I just had a little bit. So, I think that is okay every once in a while. And Jiffy's in the house. Welcome, Jiffy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
And of course, my grandchildren love the raw milk also. They're like, Grandma's milk's good. So a lot of times when they come over, it kind of disappears anyway.
Wendy just gifted 5 memberships.
Cool.
Wendy, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow. And Chronicle Carnivore, Tina received one. Jamie received one. Angel Duster. Oh wait. Oh, this is actually questions. We have questions.
It popped up there and disappeared. What was it?
Okay, hold on. So, Jerry asked, Angela, consider buying raw products from Dutch Metals Farms in Pennsylvania. That's what she says. Angel Duster asks, Coach Angela, what is your take on fermented foods, yogurts, kefir, etc.?
I have never tried kefir myself. I've been kind of like, I'm not sure about that, just for me. I like
That's
yogurt.
like yogurt, isn't it? Isn't it
Yeah, I
kefir?
think
What?
it's kind of like it, but it's kind of thinner. I'm not 100% sure what the makeup is of it. I know my daughter loves it. My daughter's a registered nurse, by the way, which doesn't have anything to do with that. But but I enjoy the yogurt. I don't think it's I think it's good. I think that type of stuff's good for you. I used to, before I became carnivore, I used to eat like a mouthful of sauerkraut every day, just for the pro or prebiotics, whichever it is that's in there. So I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think I think it's good for you. I just don't do it as much now as I used to. I might every once in a while decide I want some because I like it, but I mostly eat, I mostly eat carnivore. I eat mostly beef. And I got some lamb in the freezer because I bought it from a local farm. And that's mostly what I eat. I actually had to overload the chicken in my freezer when my daughter came to visit the week before my daddy died, and sent it home with her because I was like, I'm not going to eat it. You take it home.
So we've got Kathy here asking a question. I'm considering keto, been doing my own research. I cannot just eat meat or veggies by itself. So if I decided to, I am diabetic, if needed something quick to eat because of a blood sugar drop. Oh, so
You do not want to eat sugar when your blood sugar drops. You definitely do not. I am hypoglycemic. You do not. When your blood sugar drops, you might want something that is a carbohydrate that isn't going to raise your blood sugar fast. Like if you was to have a vegetable, but you need protein to keep the blood sugar
I was
up
going to
so it
say
doesn't
protein.
drop again.
Protein. Yeah, protein will raise blood sugar too, won't it?
To a certain extent, but I'm thinking if it's gone real low and you want to bring it up, you know, and you feel like you need to bring it up before you pass out, basically, you might need a little bit of carb, but you definitely do not need sugar. Because
Yeah,
what
and this is
happens
not
is
medical.
it goes up and it's going to go back down probably faster than it did to start with.
This is not medical advice either. So
No, it's not medical advice. I'm just saying what works for me and what I've heard from other people.
I do not have a blood glucose or diabetes issue. So I have never had experience with. Now, my blood glucose goes from 90 down to 58. Like but I don't feel anything. Like I don't feel like it's bad. And Thomas, are you in the house? What do you do when your blood glucose gets too low? I'm sure you don't eat a Snickers bar or anything like that.
No,
And I know,
that's where he doesn't.
and really, maybe what would be good for you, Kathy, is to get, if your doctor will prescribe a CGM. If your doctor will prescribe a CGM for you, or even you can get them over the counter too, and maybe just see what foods that are whole foods. I don't even know if like eating a piece of fruit would be good, berries.
That might be even too close to a simple carbohydrate. You probably wouldn't want to do that either, because
Yeah.
but me being hypoglycemic And even though some doctors say it's no such thing, Duke University told me you're hypoglycemic. They they were going to do a what they call a hypoglycemia glucose tolerance test, and that usually lasts 6 hours because they give your body time to drop. So mine dropped within 2 hours, and they were like, "Get out of here, go get something to eat before you pass out. You are definitely hypoglycemic. Get out."
My brother has that too, or at least he has had hypoglycemia almost his entire life. My older brother. So I know it's a real thing. He used to,
Yeah.
and that what you said is true because he used to pass out after eating cookies. Like he would eat a
Oh, I'm
cookie
sure
and
you did.
he would sneak them. He wasn't,
Thankfully,
yeah.
thankfully, I've had my blood sugar go down to like a 20 something, but I've never passed out.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother used to pass out growing out when he ate sweets with hypoglycemia. So I think there's some truth to what you're saying there. And Carrie's got another joke. The lionitis where
That's
you were
cute.
lying around eating good meat. Love it, Carrie. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lance, again for becoming a member. Woohoo. So I've never made yogurt. Although my friend Andy, who was on for my birthday live stream, when she was visiting, she brought some and I ate it and it was delicious. The homemade yogurt. And then
Mm-hmm.
right now, though, I did buy some cabbage to have a corned beef. And
Mm-hmm.
my husband, since he's been having some health issues, has been eating mostly carnivore, right? Carny close enough, I call it, thanks to Paul
Right.
Maddow. And I didn't want the cabbage. He didn't want the cabbage. So basically, I'm turning it into fermented sauerkraut. I'm like,
There
I
you
will
go.
ferment it. I have some kimchi still left over from the last batch. I will ferment some cabbage and I just maybe have a little bit here or there, with my meat.
Right.
So that's what I do is I ferment that. And I am making a video about that. The cabbage is actually easier to make than the kimchi, but it's very similar. So that's the only ferments I get into are vegetables because I do miss ferments or I do miss vegetables, right? But I just don't want to eat them because I'm feeling so amazing.
Uh-huh.
But every once in a while, maybe for a treat, and that kimchi and the sauerkraut lasts forever. The fermented foods
Yeah.
last forever. They really do.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
Carrie.
went
Oh, go
I
ahead.
went to McDonald's last week because I left work and I was going to a meeting. So I went by McDonald's and got some quarter pound patties. And I said, "Hey, give me a few pickles just because I'm in the mood for pickles."
Yeah, I have not fell back into the pickles yet, but I do love pickles. And I just have to pronounce to the world, I have not, except for when I took my mother-in-law for lunch yesterday, I've not been eating cheese on a daily basis. I have gotten back off the cheese train. So I'm kind of proud of myself there. And Carrie says, Amy, did you see next month on April 13th, I turn 54. Well, next month we will sing you happy birthday on the 11th. Congratulations. You're doing amazing. Yeah, okay. We addressed that question already. Yes, everybody knows Charger Mopar, the source. I understand you know Rick Charger Mopar too. Yep. We're all friends in this community. Thank you so much for showing up. I think Bill Cook's here. Hello, Bill. If I ever meet Charger Mopar, she got 26,000 views on her when she met Rick at I think it was Hack Your Health. So I'm wondering, and we all know Rick, and he's famous, right? But there must be another Rick Rodriguez who is like a famous person because Juliet got 26,000 views off of that. Yes, and Rick tried Kiltz's ice cream last month. Yes, it's been on my mind to make that, right? I just haven't done it. Plus, I'm trying to stay away from dairy right now. But a few bites wouldn't hurt, I'm sure, right? A few bites, just
Yep.
as a little treat.
And like Dr. Kilt says, from time to time. It's
Yes.
not every day, maybe not even every week, but
Yes, and my dad stopped drinking milk 60 years ago. Way to go, Dad. I used to have it on my cereal, right? I would only use milk for cereal if I had cereal, but 8 years ago I went keto, so I really stopped having cereal. 8 years ago. I mean, I've been doing this ketogenic carnivore way of eating since what am I trying to do? 2018. I almost said 1998. I don't know where my brain is right now. Ooh,
well, I've been mostly low carb since 2002.
because of all of your autoimmune issues, mostly.
Well, just because of weight and just struggling with weight my whole entire life. I think you already know I was put on my first diet by a doctor. I was 6.
Yeah,
I
yep.
mean,
That's ridiculous. I mean, how heavy were you when you were a kid? You weren't like obese, were you?
I don't know, but I was just a little overweight. And I remember being drugged with my mama and my grandma to Weight Watchers. I don't know how many times,
Yep.
and dragged
Yep.
to the gym because I didn't mind going to the gym. I thought it was fun, but but we go to Weight Watchers for a while. I went to school with Dillamil. Remember
Oh,
Simmons
is that the Richard
Dillamil?
Simmons thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so Angela, I love you. Not you, Angela, my sister Angela. I have a sister named Angela, but she still swears by she's only ever had success on that, right? So she still swears by the Richard Simmons deal meal. So that's how I know what that is, because my sister Angela. So, and you take something and you move the little card over to the other side.
Yeah.
So, and Lance says he makes Kilt's ice cream with raw cream and raw milk. Tastes so much better when raw. Vanilla and cinnamon. Yum. Thank you
I'll
for
have to try the
mentioning that.
cinnamon.
Yeah, I love cinnamon, and I have not had cinnamon at least for 8 or 9 months since I went strict carnivore. So I'll have to try that. I'm sure that would just be fine. Yes, and thanks again, Wendy, for the memberships. Woohoo! Chronically Carnivore received one. Tina received a membership. Jamie Greer received a membership. Yeah, we answered this one. Cindy Braddock received a membership. Jules is cool. I love the name. Jules is cool. Received a membership. So thank you for doing that again. You rock. Thanks for supporting the channel. Any people ask your questions, type QQQ in front of them. Probiotics, yes. My husband just mentioned the other day, because he's been having he was diagnosed with Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is a severe, sometimes fatal reaction to medications. And it was an antibiotic. And so I believe his system is all messed up from the antibiotic. And he's like, should I take a probiotic? And I'm like, I don't know that it will help, because everything that I've heard about it is your stomach acid kills it before it ever gets to where it needs to go in the intestines, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe he will eat some of this fermented sauerkraut. And they say even with that, to put it with a bite of meat so your stomach acid doesn't kill it, right? Because even with the fermented foods, they say that your stomach acid can even kill it. So do we really know? I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't hurt to eat it, but
somebody said they just had oopsie cake. I made one of those a while back.
Oh, what is that?
Oopsie cake.
Oh, I was going to make one of those for my birthday, and I just got too busy. So Oh, yeah. And Sharon says the CGM I'm wearing barely shows a ribeye, moves the needle for me. But I think maybe if you ate like high protein and low fat, like a chicken breast, that might push the glucose up, right? The low fat protein probably would. So like grilled chicken breast or something like that might. Yes, none of this is medical advice.
Nope.
And
No.
speak of the devil, Coach Juliet's in the house,
Hey,
and so is
Juliet.
Lewis. These are our classmates, Lewis and Juliet. Lewis went through the kilts coaching course, and Juliet went through the PhD
Whoa.
and kilts course.
Yep.
And then Jerry says, "What about keto chow?" And I'm wondering if she means keto chow to spike the glucose. Probably. Maybe.
But
So
and I don't remember how many carbs is in the keto chow. I've had them a long time ago, but
not very many. I don't
didn't
have one
think
with me. Let me go to their website and let's just pick a. Oh, I just went to Ketopalooza. Let me go to their website and get. There's not much, so let's go to their shakes, and let's just go to like a one of their flavors here. Buy single flavors. Let's just look at their.
Yeah,
just look at
just
chocolate.
look at their standard just to see what it is. Because they also got the core ones that be even lower, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
have those. I'm just looking at their chocolate peanut butter, for example.
yeah.
Uh,
Look at.
oh, here we go. Hold on. Let me see if I can show this. Okay, so this is the chocolate peanut butter. See if I can. Okay, so there is by itself, there's 7 grams of carbs in there with a cup of heavy cream. Half cup. Sorry, it's very little. There's 11. So maybe what you could do is you could make like a keto chow shake with some heavy whipping cream in there, and that would give you 11 grams of carbs, right?
Yeah, and that might not be too much. How much? And it's got a lot. It's got a decent amount of protein too, right? What is it?
Yeah, it's got 31 grams of protein.
41. Yeah.
Yeah, just by itself. So, uh,
So the protein to help, that amount of carbs would probably boost up a little bit, but the protein would keep it from going
yes, and
crazy.
then you add the fat to it, but maybe because doesn't fat help keep the blood glucose low?
Level. I don't think it keeps it low. I think it just keeps it,
Level.
low.
So maybe use a little less fat and just let the protein, and the carbs in there do see I mean certainly all you can do is use n equals 1.
Yes, we know everybody's body's going to react different, and they got to try out what works for them. Just
Well, and
we might be able
that's
to come up with some ideas to try, but they're gonna have to see how it works with their body.
yes, and the other thing is you don't have to get a CGM either. You can just finger stick test, right? So you can test different foods and then see how they react to your, see how your glucose reacts to it, and then just keep whatever that is on hand. And probably I would try like a non-perishable thing too, to see if you can find a non-perishable food. And the reason why is because if you don't eat like vegetables all the time, and then you're having a low glycemic.
I think they make like packets of nut butters. If you could have something you can carry with you, like a packet of almond butter or whatever, if you can find it in a little packet. I think some kind of nut butters. I think they put in little packets. It might be almond butter.
Yep.
You can carry that with you to help when your blood sugar drops.
Yep. And also, don't they make those keto bricks too? That might be a good option.
They're humongous, though. You know,
I have a solution for
I
that.
was thinking you want a little something, huh?
I have a solution. You know what I do with keto? I don't eat keto bricks all the time, except for when I travel, but I melt them down into the microwave and then I pour them in a little
Little
candy
pieces.
mold
Yep.
and get little pieces. So maybe
Right.
something like that that's non-perishable that you could even
Right.
keep in the freezer after you make them.
Well, I was trying to think of something you could take with you if you're at work or you're travel, you know,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, so Lizzie World's here, and so is Retired Rick. Hi, guys. Bill Cook's here as well. Thank you so much for joining. We got 42 people watching, Angela. Okay, guys.
Cool. Hey, everybody.
All right, I need all of you, all 42 of you. If you have not done this, head over to Coach Angela Mullins' YouTube channel. I've posted it at the top. She needs 50 subs, guys, and I know she's got at least 10. So if all 42 of you go over there and subscribe, you know, that would be very helpful. She can't go live until she gets 50 subs. So let's all show her some love. She's been working her tail off, studying hard, getting all these certifications. And we want to make sure we're supporting everybody in the community. And yep, people are saying already subbed. Angela, you're at 29 now. So you're over halfway there. So hopefully we can get you up even higher. And Lance says, I just finished a fat steak right before 6 p.m. my time, starting a 5-day fast. Well, I have to hop over to your channel. I'm sure you're going to report on that, Lance.
That's the longest
that's
fast
exciting.
I've ever done so far was 5 days.
I did 48 hours. But I honestly feel really good when I fast. I feel amazing when I don't eat anything at all. But I just want.
I didn't do bad fasting for the 5 days. I was kind of surprised that my blood sugars did not drop really low. I did really well. I think about, Dr. Kiltz keeps pushing, eat once a day, eat once a day, eat once a day. I really can't do that because one thing, I want at least one of my meals to be a hot meal, and I don't use microwaves. And I believe
so
that
why won't you use a microwave? Explain that.
I just don't want to be, I don't want to be around the radiation. I just don't trust it. I haven't used
That's
a
smart.
microwave in many, many years. I know it's before 2007. I know it's before then because I never allowed one in my house. And I bought this house in 2007. I do take a small amount of food to work, and I eat that around somewhere between 12 and 2. But if I didn't eat, I wouldn't feel good when I get ready to leave work. And if I drive my car and I did that, I'd be fine. But if I ride my motorcycle to work, I won't make it home because I'll feel too shaky and can't do it. I mean, it's just not safe.
Yeah. So North Dakota Carnivore Land says keto bricks are huge. Have you tried adding the fudge keto brick to coffee? No, that sounds amazing though.
I do have a primal fudge one in my pantry. It's been sitting there a while. That might be an idea to try that sometime. But the only keto brick I really like is the peanut butter.
Yeah, and he also says eggs and bacon move my CGM, so that's interesting.
Interesting. But
and everyone's different. Everyone's different.
Everyone's different. And the egg white does have more
protein.
I thought the egg white had. Yeah, the egg white is pure protein. The yolk is 50-50 protein and fat.
Yep. So yeah, isn't this just amazing how everyone's different? Like some things affect one person's glucose, and Okay, so I got to make this statement now because this has been triggering me just a little bit. There's a lot of channels out there and a lot of big channels that are like, don't overcomplicate this. Just eat the meat. Just eat meat, right? Well, for some of us, like Coach Angela, myself, with hormone issues, autoimmune issues, sometimes it's not just that simple, right? It's not just that simple that just eat the meat and all your problems will go away.
Yeah, you've gained, I've gained,
Mhm.
and the only time I lost was January when I did Lion. That's the only time I've lost. So I mean that's the reason I think I need to do Lion, because I need to get this weight back off. I gained 10 pounds in 2024 and 10 pounds in 2025. And with my thyroid the way it is, it just doesn't want to go anywhere once I gained it.
Yep. Yep. And I'm gaining now. Luckily, I think it's stabilized. I am dialing in around 174, 175. I'm not gaining anymore, but I'm not losing what I've gained. So,
At my daddy's funeral, some of my cousins said, "You're looking good." I said, "I'm back up to my high school weight. I am not happy."
me too. And everyone's like, oh, you're overreacting. Don't worry about the scale. But when you've worked so hard to get to where you are, and, sometimes it just doesn't make you very, and and when you have to go out and start buying new clothes,
I
that affects.
refuse to buy new clothes. I will fast for 2 weeks.
Well, when my muffin top started hanging out of my jeans, I'm like, I think I need to go buy a couple new pairs of jeans a size bigger. Because I was like, it was starting to like get a little crowded. So I'm like, but yeah. So, yep, different strokes for different folks. Exactly, Thomas.
Yep, exactly.
Uh,
And I mean, and that's also the reason that Amy and I can't tell a client, just do this. No, it's we can't.
we want
Because
to, but we
it might not
can't.
work. It might work for one person, but it's not going to work for the others. So.
Yep, and it's so hard because I will say this, carnivore has made a lot of things better, right? It has made it's not 100%. I still have joint pain. I still have my fatigue's getting a lot better, and that was the biggest thing. Now I'm gaining weight, but I will take that over the fatigue and some of the things that were going on. And I think I have thyroid.
Talking about fatigue, I also have narcolepsy. And in the last year, I've only accidentally fallen asleep once. And it was kind of funny because it was time for me to leave work. I looked at the clock and I'm like, I'm awful tired, but it's time to go home. And I fell asleep. I woke up 30 minutes later and said, okay, I guess I'll go home now. But I must have needed that little nap, and I figured, hey, it was after my working hours. Even though I fell asleep at my desk, I figured, hey, I got my whole day in.
So has that gotten better on carnivore? Do you take medication for that, or?
No, I've never taken medication for it. I have been real fortunate that when the years that it was really bad, which was before carnivore, the years when it was really, really bad, I can't tell you how many Walmart parking lots I had and other parking lots I had pulled over into and just locked the doors and taken a nap because I just couldn't go on any further. I pulled over one day at a car lot and was trying to take a nap in their car lot, and some salesman come over there and talk to me the whole doggone time. So I was trying to take a nap so I could continue on where I'm going, and he stood there talking the entire time. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm awake enough talking to you so I can go now. But
Yeah, I can empathize with that because I have sleep apnea, and I don't think it's 100% cured on carnivore because I haven't had a recent sleep study done, but I do notice, like last week, for example, we had terrible storms. I had to sleep down on the couch in the basement because of the tornadoes. And I fell asleep, but I kept waking up. So I know that I was having apnea events, right? And I'm still down like 90 or 100, I'm still down like 90 pounds of the 110 I originally lost. So I don't think I've gained enough to really reactivate the sleep apnea. And I've never, even when I was down to 148 pounds, I still didn't feel like I would sleep good if I didn't use my machine. So I don't know that carnivore will cure everything for everybody in every situation. Some people, and it could be the mechanics, it could be my mechanics are not good. And I know they do have a surgery for it, but I'm done with surgeries. I'm done. I'm done being operated on. Unless it's life or death, I'm done being operated on. And Aaron, Booby Goats is in the house. Hi, Aaron. And Okies, Eat, and Jason is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, ghrelin. I think my leptin and ghrelin signals are definitely screwed up. Hopefully over time.
At least were very messed up from years and years of restrictive eating diet, restricting the calories. Okay, we don't eat calories. I know someone's gonna say something about calories, but that's what people understand is when you talk calories. So trying to restrict the 1,200 calories for years and years and years and years and years, I believe that really messed up my metabolism. I think it's getting a little bit better now because I actually did an in-body scan and it says my resting metabolic rate is 1,700 calories a day. So without doing anything, just sitting on my butt, I've been burned 1,700 calories a day. So that's good. And I have found out if I eat around 2,300 calories a day, I'll lose weight.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah. And so if I'm honest with everybody, which I try to be transparent, and I had some people really jump on me last week in other live streams about PSMF. Look, guys, I only bring it up because it's something that I did. And guess what? It pushed me through a 2-year stall. And for those of you who don't know what protein sparing modified fasting is, it's basically a high protein carnivore. No carbs, zero carbs, low fat. And it worked for a while until it didn't work. But what I think the negative part of it that it did to me was it's another version of a low fat diet, really. And I think I again restricted my metabolism down so far that now that's probably why I'm gaining weight on high fat carnivore, because my metabolism is trying, it's I'm eating up here and my metabolism is here and it doesn't know what to do with all that fat. And so it's just putting it back into my genes. So maybe over time it'll correct, right? It'll correct. And the cravings will get better. And it does really feel like hunger. Although what I've been doing, I've been switching things up because I don't know if you watched Dr. Barry's live stream on Monday where Nisha and Ken were kind of at odds. And Nisha's like, Dr. Ken says fast until whatever, right? And Nisha's like, for certain women over 40 years of age with hormone issues, we find that they do better if they eat protein first thing in the morning. So I'm like, what? Why haven't I been starving until noon every day? So every morning, now today I couldn't do it because I have church and we believe that you don't eat before you go to church. So on Sundays, that's not going to work. But every other day I've been getting up and having 2 hard-boiled eggs and like 2 pieces of bacon. It doesn't have to be big meal, but just first thing in the morning to get something. And then sometimes I'll only eat 1 other meal. Sometimes I'll eat 2 more meals. It just depends on the day. So Oh, here's a good question. Angel Duster says, with carnivore, is it normal to have fewer bowel movements with the absence of plants and fiber? I'll let you answer first.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So, yes, I agree with that. And the reason is your body absorbs most of whatever is in meat. So there's not a lot of waste left over. Now, some people equate that with
And you
constipation.
will learn very fast how much fat your body can handle.
Yes. Yes. And this is not medical advice. This is just eating advice. This is just eating suggestions. If you notice that you are spending a lot of time in the bathroom with runny bathrooms, right? Instead of eating the fat warm, like if you're adding butter to your meal, don't nuke the butter or heat it up and pour it all over your meal. Just put a couple pats of cold butter on your meal and eat them that way. Or put the butter off to the side and then take a bite of whatever and then scoop a bite of the cold butter and eat it with that, because there have been, and you can go to any one of the big doctors, right, in this space, and they talk about this.
Yep.
And
I think I overdid my fat a little bit yesterday. I kind of paid for it this morning, but that's okay.
yeah, and that is a thing. And don't freak out if that happens either. Maybe just, back off the heated fat, or maybe back off the fat a little bit together until you find what the sweet spot is, right? So that you're not running to the bathroom all the time. But yes, that is also a thing, and it is normal. It's not. Ooh, Donna's sitting in bed eating. That's awesome. Let's see. Is there any other questions? That's a great question, though. Yeah, I have noticed that as well. Aaron says, "Isn't carnivore just high fat?" Oh gosh, I've been doing this wrong. Carnivore. I mean, there's spectrum. There's a spectrum,
Yep.
right?
There's a spectrum.
And even Kelly Hogan has a macro calculator. And Kelly Hogan, Kim Howerton, they've all said this. Some people who are gaining weight and not losing weight sometimes need to dial the fat down just a little bit. And I'm not talking like no fat. I'm talking maybe, just dial it down. Maybe just, just a little bit. Like, forget what she actually said, whether it's 5 grams or, just what.
If you know you have 80% of your calories from fat, maybe tune it back to 75 or 70, something like that.
Yeah, you just tune it down a little bit until you still feel good, but you're starting to see the results you want right now. Right now, I'm changing up when I eat, and I have not been tracking. I'm just going to throw this out there. There's been a lot going on.
Kelly Hogan even did a fat fast. So I thought about that also.
Have you thought about doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't considered that yet, but I would consider dialing my fat down. Well, and think about this steak and butter gang. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's Bella's group.
Yeah, I joined them for 3 months just to figure out what their priming protocol is all about.
They do the priming, which is boosting up your fat and eating
everything, just eating.
And then after they prime you, then they turn it down. And I think the thought process behind that is to push that metabolism up and then dial it back. So,
yeah, I'm also a member of Dr. Livingood's community, and he has this thing called metabolism reset. And to me, his metabolism reset and the steak and butter gang's priming are related. They're the same idea. So,
yes. Oh, here's another question. I just didn't have a QQQ. Have you tried a sardine fast, 4 to 6 cans a day? No, I love sardines. Here's my problem with that. Like, I now never want to see another grilled chicken breast again because of 4 years of eating grilled chicken breast 1 to 3 times a week with egg whites. I never want to see just egg whites again either. I'm over it. And now I do eat salmon and shrimp. Those are low fat, but I put lots of butter on them. But I like sardines, and I'm afraid if I start doing this kind of stuff, I won't like sardines anymore. Because that's kind of how I feel. I'm like, you mean I don't have to eat another grilled chicken breast again, right? Yay. Now I've got a whole bag of chicken breasts in the freezer. I got to figure out what I'm going to make with it. I got to come up with some sort of carnivore recipe to use with chicken breasts now. Because I don't.
Yeah, that's the reason I told my daughter when she went home to Florida to take them with her.
Oh my gosh. Some people call it disaster pants. Don't ever
Yeah.
trust a fart. Yeah, I just had sardines the other day. I have considered doing sardine fast on Friday during Lent because I don't eat meat on Friday during Lent. But I've been doing a lot of eggs. I have been eating cheese only on Fridays because an omelet with some cheese on it just seems to be what I can have for one of my meals. So, but other than that, I'm not going to do cheese. What is this? Lutefisk. I don't know what that is. Oh, Ivy's in the house. Welcome, Ivy. Thank you for joining us. Just going through some of these comments. So, when you're coaching, who do you envision being your niche market? I know they talk about that. What did you?
We talked about niche. I mean, it'd probably be older women, probably menopausal age, and probably any that especially have all the mean diseases, just so we could relate to each other, if nothing else. But I'm trying to leave my webpage and stuff, as you've seen it, and kind of open. Doesn't really push a niche, except for maybe people who've had the weight loss roller coaster forever, where
Yep.
you lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Because I can relate to that too.
I can too. And, the starvation, and so many of us women have done it. Oh, this is a good idea. Lance says use your chicken breast for a carnivore pizza crust. I've
There
been
you
waiting on
go.
Rick to give me the pacemaker pizza because I know that uses chicken, but he's holding back on that one. So I may just have to come up with my own. So, get your video done, Rick. We're all waiting for the pacemaker pizza crust, which is chicken. Yeah.
Yep.
Sharon's about at that point too. Chicken breast for 60 years. I hear ya.
Yeah, they are. The only reason I ended up with so much chicken is I buy. I locked in a price a couple of years ago from Good Ranchers, where I get steaks, beef, and chicken from them, and I have the price locked in for what I get. And because the price is locked in, I don't want to cancel it. I still want the steaks and then the hamburger that comes with it. And so
Right.
I'll either, like this weekend, I took some of the chicken breasts and I cut them up and I breaded them with the pork panko, made chicken nuggets for my grandkids.
Yum. So I made chicken nuggets on pork panko for my grandkids once, and they're like, "Grandma, these are gross." So I don't like 'em.
My
Like,
grandkids like them, so yeah.
they didn't like them, and they're like, "They're not like the ones Mommy and Daddy buys from McDonald's." I'm like, "No, they are not like the ones Mommy and Daddy buy you from McDonald's. They're not meant to be."
Nope, not at all.
So I'm a bad grandma. I got them dino nuggets from
Well, I just got some chicken nuggets from Good Ranchers that are gluten free that I give them too. So whenever I'm too lazy to make them myself.
Right, right. Yes.
Oh, this morning, because I've been making Bella's pancakes for my grandson for a long time now. He's 4 and he likes them. Well,
What's in
this
those?
morning I decided to be lazy and just I had some Eggos in the freezer, so I fixed those for him. He says, "I want Grandma's pancakes," so I had to make them for him.
What's in Bella's pancake? Like what's
You separate the egg whites and egg yolks. You put some. I use beef gelatin. Put some beef gelatin in the egg whites and fluff.
fluff them up?
Make them stiff, and I put some vanilla Equip protein powder. Mix it in the egg yolks. Then mix it together, and that's it.
Okay, Kathy B here asks, is there a dipper for chicken nuggets? So Kathy, if you're considering being keto and not carnivore, I prefer to suggest you make your own ranch dressing, and there's easy recipes that don't take very long to do that. The reason is a lot of the salad dressings have seed oils in them. I think Primal Kitchen has a clean ranch dressing, so if you
Yes.
like ranch,
Yes.
Primal Kitchen. Now, this is a good, better, best thing, right? This is not totally clean, but G. Hughes, there are some barbecue sauces like G. Hughes that are on the cleaner side. They're not 100% clean, but they are low sugar. So, you could that my husband does the G. Hughes. I no longer do any barbecue sauce, but I mean, you can also make your own barbecue sauce. Let's see. You could probably make your own. I would just do mustard. I would not make like a honey mustard because that's going to require some sort of sweetener. But mustard, you can dip it in mustard. And I believe you can use yellow mustard or spicy Belgian mustard. I always ate, when I was on keto, I always ate, even now on carnivore a little bit, some people do some mustards from time to time. So those are some of the things I would
Even
recommend.
Dr. Berry, I believe, uses mustard from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have anything to add to that, Coach Angela?
I mean, it depends on how extravagant you want to do. You can make you some bacon grease mayonnaise, or
Ooh,
like
bacon grease. And honestly, everything's good in butter now, right? To me.
yes, you can make butter mayonnaise. Yeah.
Or bacon grease. The bacon grease, I'm telling you. Okay, so I have a question for you. When you cook hamburger, do you eat some of the hamburger grease and reserve
No.
some of that back? I cannot.
No.
I just can't, guys.
Do not.
I don't know.
Ba-
I can eat.
bacon grease I would keep if I buy some beef fat trimmings and I make my own tallow. I'll do that, but not from hamburger. No.
I cannot do hamburger grease. What I can do is I can make my hamburger and put a couple pats of yummy, delicious butter back into it, or even a little bit of melted bacon grease. Yes, Smoothie. Oh my gosh. I know, Smoothie. It is thunderstorming out here so bad. I'm surprised we haven't lost the stream. But, yeah, so I can do bacon grease and butter, but something about hamburger grease.
Yeah,
I have to drain it all. I have to drain it all, and none of it is going back in. Sorry if I'm upsetting some carnivores, but I can drain the hamburger and then put some other type of fat back into it, but just, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not there. As a matter of fact, it's taken me this long to eat all of the fat off of my ribeye, like to cut the fat and eat it, because for years eating the fat was disgusting to me, right? I would eat the meat, but I would cut all the fat off and scoot that over to the other. So now, as long as it's not gristly,
right.
I have gotten a couple pieces of fat that were attached to the gristle, and I'm like, I'm not chewing on that. That's disgusting. I can't do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me
Carrie
either.
says, I eat the hamburger grease when I make ground beef or patties. Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
It's got to be bacon grease or butter. Okay, good. I'm not the
I
only
mean,
one.
it's just whatever sticks to the hamburger, but when you take it out of the pan, not anything.
If there's a little bit, like I make hamburgers and take them to lunch on Tuesdays a lot because I work in the office on Tuesday, and I'll notice like I pre-cook the hamburger patty, but not all the way, and then I stick it in my little container that I take to work, and there'll be a little bit of grease that solidifies on it. I don't
Right.
get rid of
Yeah.
that, but I'm
Yeah,
not pouring the
either.
grease I drained. I'm not pouring the grease I drained. Becky says I use avocado oil a lot. I think avocado oil is pretty good as long
I
as
think avocado. Yeah, as long as it's 100% avocado oil and not mixed with something else, which in this country they'll put on it anything's 100% and it's not
no. And honestly, I tend to use the greases that are free. So like bacon grease. I'm eating so much bacon now that I have an abundance of bacon grease that I don't even have to buy avocado oil like anymore because and it's expensive. So is olive oil is expensive, avocado oil is expensive, and it's like if you're gonna be eating bacon, it comes with the grease. You just strain it.
And if you have a fresh market near you, they give away their beef fat trimmings, and you go get that, and you render that, and you got your tallow. I have mason jars full of tallow in my refrigerator.
So where do you
Free.
go to get your beef tallow free or your beef fat free?
Fresh market.
Really? Like the chain store Fresh Market?
Yes, yes. They give
I'm
it
gonna have
away.
to I'm gonna have to try that here because
That-
even our
They
butcher.
told me here, as long as I come by before 4:30 in the afternoon, I can get as much as I want.
Interesting. Oh, here's another question. Last time I had beef cheek meat, I sauteed it with butter in an Instant Pot and then a cup of water with the stuff from the meat and a little ACV and then pressurized it, and it was yummy. So another thing I'm going to be doing, I bought a beef tongue. So I'm going to be cooking that up. I've never had it before. Another thing I've never had before.
You gotta peel that top skin off of it.
That's the part I'm going to have. Have you made it?
No, I haven't made it. I've heard about it, and I know the local farm where I buy my meat from sells it, but I have not got the nerve up to order one. I've thinking about this month ordering a beef heart though.
I have one of those too. I have one of those in my freezer because a guy from my husband's work ordered a whole cow or half a cow and it came with the beef heart and he's like, does anybody want this? I'm like, I'll try it. I'll try just about anything. When we go to Hack Your Health this year, I'm pretty sure Rick's going to be there. And if he brings some iguanas, we'll cook those up and eat them.
There you go. Why not?
Speaking of, are you going to any meetups this year, Angela? Do you have any meetups planned?
Wait a minute. It's either 4 or 5. Guess where I'm going in June?
That's not Chicago, is it?
No.
What's
George.
in June?
George.
Kalamazoo.
No, June.
Oh, you're going over to England.
Yes, I am. I've never been out of the country.
That's so exciting. I'm like, what's in June? I had to think really hard. I'm like, Chicago's in July. Kalamazoo's in September. I'm like, what's in June? Oh, that is so exciting. So that's one of them. You'll get to meet George and Lainey, and Juliet's going to that too.
The meat stock in May.
I wish I could go to that one.
Low carb for better health in September. There's another one in November in Florida. I'm not thinking the name
Hack Your
of it
Health.
right now.
Hack Your Health.
Hack Your Health. Yep.
I'll be at that one, so we'll get to meet at that one.
So I know it's those four. Seems like I had added one, but those are the ones I have reservations for all of them so far.
Yeah, I have 5.
Well,
I've got
When I go down in November, I'm going to go down, spend the night at my daughter's house on the way down, and then go the rest of the way the next morning.
nice. I'm going. Well, we just had one in Elkhart, which is here, like a week ago.
Right.
Then I'm going to I think the next one is in July 25th in Chicago. That's Kilts. Then September is Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Mhm.
Then in October is Ketopalooza, and then I'll be at Hack Your Health in November. Oh my gosh,
I know.
a lot of traveling.
Of
Jerry
course,
has a question.
I'm not writing the UK trip off on my taxes. I think I would get,
Yeah.
they're like, that's ridiculous. The rest of them, I'll off everything I can.
Jerry has a question. She says, has anyone probably keto tried Switch Sweetener that was recently recommended by Dr. Kiltz on his ice cream video? I have not heard of it.
I haven't heard of it. I missed that video.
Oh, Scrummy Sweets. Now, I've heard of Scrummy Sweets, and
I've heard of that too.
Joe and Rachel, the two crazy ketos, are friends with the owners of Scrummy Sweets, and they promote them. And they were at Ketopalooza 2 years ago, so I have not tried it. I do have a little bit of Scrummy Sweet syrup in my cabinet from Ketopalooza 2 years ago, and I don't use syrup, so I don't know. I've not. That would be interesting. Oh, Dustin's in the house. My brother down in Indy. How is your weather down there, Dustin? Oh, so okay. So Dustin, we need to talk about AMO. Dustin usually does a meetup twice in Indy, twice a year, May and in November. So we need to talk about that, because if you're going to do one in Indy, I'll drive down there. Oh, yes. Remind me of this. Elkhart thing with Chris and Miriam. I've got to reach out to them to see when they're coming to Elkhart. Elkhart is like my sister city here. And everyone who has an RV comes to Elkhart because that's we're the RV mecca of the world, really. So that's what makes it convenient about having meetups here, is because anyone with an RV shows up here eventually. So yeah, I need to message you about Chris and Miriam. I forgot about that. Well, Angela, it's been an hour and a half. It seems like it was 5 minutes.
It does.
So where can people find you on social media? I've got your YouTube channel pinned.
Just about everywhere. I have something that's been changed to Coach Angela Mullins now. So, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, X. What else?
YouTube.
YouTube, of course. My living Winnie, I'm out. But and I'm on Rumble too, but I can't remember if I updated my name over there. I need to figure that out. Oh yeah, you never sent me the link to your Rumble channel so I could find it, because I searched for it and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I have not figured that out, and I feel like I'm pretty tech savvy. I'm not sure if they don't push your channel out to be searchable until a certain amount of time.
I'll be able to. Still, you think I could be able to search and find it, but
No,
I didn't.
now if I send people the link and they click on it, then they can sub to me. But it's just really weird. You can't search for Keto Rockstars or Rockin' Coach Amy or any of that.
I tried. I tried to search for Amy Davis. I tried to search for Keto Rockstars. I tried, and I just didn't find it.
But I'm getting views. I'm getting like 50 views a video. So someone's finding it somehow, like they're pushing my videos out. So I'm perplexed, and I have Googled it, and I'm like, I have Chat GPT'd it, and it's like I've done everything. So the only thing I can come up with is it's a new channel, and maybe they don't start allowing it to be searchable for like a month or until you have so many
send me
subs.
them
Or
so I can subscribe to it. So maybe that'll help you be found.
yeah,
It's
I'll
just
send it to you. Yeah, Bill, shorts do seem to get more views, but they're not. They don't count as much towards your watch hours because they're short, right?
Because it's short.
Yeah. So, another announcement. Tomorrow, let's see, tonight's Sunday. Oh my gosh. Tonight's Sunday, tomorrow Monday. Okay, I did a walking video, and I walked 3 miles, and I did it at the Riverwalk, and I filmed the whole thing and I edited it. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 p.m. Eastern, which is 3:15 p.m. Central, I'm doing a premiere of that video where people can chat each other live. I'll be in the chat. So feel free to tune in tomorrow at 4:15. I didn't want to do it today because I'm like, people be sick of me. They'll be sick of me if they see me today and then they see me tonight. And so I'm trying not to be in everybody's face too much, right? Trying to be mindful of everybody. But this was a cool video, and I put it together, and it was long enough because I walked 3 miles in that video almost. So I figured that I would do it as a premiere. So if everyone wants to tune in tomorrow at 4:15 and everybody can hang out and chat, right? There'll be that. Well, Angela, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. And let's do this again, in 3 or 6 months. Let's keep doing. And maybe next time we can stream. You could do it, and I'll come on your channel, and you can stream to my channel because you'll have. I am confident. I think someone said you had 36 subs now.
Awesome.
So you're almost there.
And next week, folks, I'm going to be on Bart K's channel.
What?
Yeah.
Is it at this time?
The interview he's doing is 5:00 next Sunday. I'm not 100% sure if he's doing it live or if he's going to record it and put it out. But I'll be on Bart K's channel, so I'll either be live at 5:00 next Sunday on Bart K's channel, or he'll put it out after that. So look for it, please. It'll be fun.
Yes. So everybody at Coach Angela Mullins, Mullins. Her name's right down here.
My website is CoachAngelaMullins.com, and it links to all my socials from there.
Oh, wait, before we go, let me pull this up and we'll share that. Let me see if I can. Yep, there she is. Okay, so guys, let me share this real quick before we go. Thank you, Jerry, for sharing her YouTube page.
Ladies, I sell self-defense products for women. We have stun guns, pepper spray. So
I may be reaching out to you for that. I want some pepper spray.
Yeah,
now that I'm
did a show yesterday where I was trying to sell some of my pepper sprays and stuff. I usually sell the pepper sprays, but I was surprised yesterday that none of the women were really crazy about the pepper spray. They're crazy about the stun guns, but
I have to check to see if those are legal in Indiana because
they're legal in most states. I don't think it's 100% of them, but most of them.
They used to be illegal here, but I think that they I'm gonna look at this.
There's one lady that always comes to the shows that I do that she ended up buying her a burner launcher. I am not affiliated with them, but it is a
what is it?
A burner launcher. It shoots like little plastic balls out, and they have pepper spray inside them. So when it hits the person, it explodes, and pepper spray explodes over it.
Eh.
So it is legal in all 50 states. So if somebody was interested in something like that, like I said, I'm not affiliated with them, but one of the ladies that has been my customer bought her one, and she loves it. So
This is great. And honestly, I've been thinking about this a lot. I have something a little bit more advanced than this stuff, but I don't like to carry it with me all the time, if you know what I mean, without saying it.
I've had women say, "Well, I've got something more than that," and I'm like, "Yeah, but this actually is good backup."
Yeah. So, but I do have some pepper spray, but I think you have to replace it. And I think mine's like
Every
really
2
old.
years.
Yeah, this is older. So I will
Have to replace
please
it.
support Angela's website. And if you need some safety gear, not just women, my dad has mace and a stun gun too. So,
Yep.
and I'm really terrified because things have not been great here in the South Bend, Indiana area with crime. And I really haven't been going outside and walking a lot. And I almost got attacked by a dog last year. The only time I went outside walking last year around my block, this little dog foaming at the mouth. And I love animals. I am an animal person. I love dogs. But my husband also got bit by a dog, and it was thousands of dollars worth of hand surgeries because he got bit in the hand trying to pull
My
things off.
daughter got torn up by a dog last year, and went through months and months and months of treatments because of infections and stitches and all that stuff.
His hand was infected, and I mean, he paid thousands of dollars for surgeries. I'm laughing at Jerry.
I'm laughing at Jerry. Yeah.
Jerry, you're underpaid. I need to give you a raise, girlfriend. All right, Angela. I appreciate. Okay, one more person. Kelly, Broken Carnivore, made it. Welcome, Kelly. Okay. I'm going to. We're going on almost 2 hours, so I'm going to be respectful of your time. And we're going to do this again. And everybody, one more time, go subscribe to Coach Angela Mullins. I pinned her channel to the top. And thank you, everybody. You have a good night. Okay, you guys know the drill. I love to have my rolling credits at the end with my little music. So I'm going to briefly take Angela off the screen, say good night to Angela. And then we are going to do the rolling credits. Bear with me. Here we go, y'all. Thank you for joining the stream. See you guys on Friday night at 5:15 p.m. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow when my video premieres at 4:15 Eastern. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Lights fade low, the bacon's done. We rocked the stream and had some fun. Kids are rock stars in the rocking crew. Stay strong, we're gonna roll with you. Yeah, we're gonna keep rolling on. We're gonna keep rolling on. Yeah, we're gonna keep rolling on. Yeah, we're gonna keep rolling on. Rocking till the credits roll.